What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 81, and we start today's episode off with a game against Cardiff City here away in Wales in the Premier League. And of course, so far in this season, it's just been incredible, hasn't it? We're past the halfway mark now, we're into January, and as you can see, with 21 games now being played, it's been a fantastic season for us. It really has. We're in second place with 51 points. Our goal difference is an astonishing plus 33. It's been a great season, you know. As we travel to Wales, we fully expect to beat the side, who are of course the newly promoted team. Although I have to say, we've faced them twice already this season, once in the Capital One Cup and once in the Premier League as well. And we required late goals in both of those games to beat Cardiff. So, you know, they're obviously a very, very decent side. You know, we know that they've got some good players in their side already, such as Fabio, Matt Starley, obviously a very good young talented player. Marshall, the goalkeeper, is of course very good. So they have got some very decent players, Cardiff. But even so, whenever I take on a newly promoted side, whether it be in the league or a cup game, I always fancy my chances of scoring 3 or 4 goals. But against Cardiff this season, we've required 2 late goals to beat them on the 2 occasions we played them earlier on in the season. So as we took on the Welsh side, I guess I really shouldn't have been surprised to see them have the first chance of the game. And if it wasn't for a great save by Ben Foster and Boyo, it would have made it 1-0. So really good start for the Welsh club. It was our chance here in the next chance in the 37th minute. Niang finding Brown a day and a day back into Niang, and this chance would also result in a goal as well. Niang getting it as he played a 1-2 of Brown a day, and he just slots it into the near post, does the salute celebration and makes it 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. So they might have had the first attempt, but we had the first goal. Lovely 1-2 between our strike partnership there, and it was Niang who finished the chance nicely and got his 17th goal in the Premier League this season. So 17 goals for Niang in the league this year, and we are 1-0 up. And in the 44th minute, Savannier's on the ball. Really good chance here as he keeps on going down left hand side, slides it into him by Niang. Niang takes on a shot from range, but it goes just over David Marshall's bar, and it is still 1-0 on the stroke of half time. And 5 minutes after the restart, we're through again here. Andre Carrillo finding Jordan Henderson back into our Peruvian down the right hand side, who skips past the former Manchester United fullback Fabio. The Brazilian goes for a slide challenge. Carrillo rides it. Eventually Rabona crosses the ball into the centre, and the header is saved by Marshall, and Cardiff clear it away. So still 1-0, and in the 62nd minute, Niang gets on the ball. Lovely little backheel to Jordan Henderson here. Good opportunity, but I'm trying to find a runner. We find Yusuf Malumbu, his CM partner. He plays it inside towards Andre Carrillo, and that is a brilliant save by David Marshall. Fantastic stop by the Scottish goalkeeper, and it is still 1-0. And as you can see here, late on in this game, we go for goal from range, and again, Marshall's called into action with another good save, and from the cross with Patrick Roberts, Brown today wins the header, and again, Marshall gets up and makes a really good save. So David Marshall was making a few good saves in this game and keeping the score at 1-0. But in the 74th minute, you see Pilkington get on the ball and find Kimbo Kyung. The pair play at 1-2. The cross is met in the centre by Paez, is that how you pronounce that? And Ben Foster makes a brilliant save of his own. So Marshall made a couple of great saves. Now Foster's made a brilliant save as well. Tips the header onto the bar, and we managed to get the ball away for a corner. So what a great save by the captain there, and it is still 1-0. And in the 90th minute here, Niang almost scored an absolutely fantastic goal as he flicked the throw in over his head, beat his man, shot it from range, and again Marshall had to make a very good save, but it was still 1-0, and we just couldn't seem to finish this game off and put it to bed. And Anichebe here down the right hand side drills in a cross. Niang goes for a first time back heel, and it goes just wide the post. What a lovely goal that would have been. And it was still 1-0, and Cardiff had one more chance late on in this game, and unfortunately they would score the equaliser as well. It was Paez who gets the goal there. The ball played over the top, and unfortunately Mauricio, our centre back, lost a man in the centre, and he managed to first time volley it past, first time header even past Ben Foster and make it 1-1. And as you'll see, directly from kickoff, the referee blows for full time. So Cardiff 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. The Welsh fans will go home happy. Our fans will unfortunately have a difficult and long trip back to England. Very, very sad indeed, because we threw it away in stoppage time. And it was funny as well, but it seemed as though my players seemed to be happy with the draw, and I was like, what? Seriously, we just threw it away? Why are you not furious with yourselves? But I guess in the end it's sort of, you know, how do I explain this? Not sort of not deja vu or anything like that. I guess it's just deserved for Cardiff, really, considering the fact we faced them twice this year and beat them with last minute winners, well, late winners anyway, in the 2 games we faced them. And this time we faced them at Cardiff and they score a late goal themselves, which turns out to be an equaliser. So I guess that's fair enough for them, but still disappointed from our point of view to throw away 2 points late on. But Ashley Bentley, our 16-year-old right-back academy product, has gone on loan to that club there, who I'm never going to be able to pronounce. And as you can see, I also asked the board for some funds as well. I asked them for £4 million, and I told them if you give us that, we will qualify for the Champions League, reach the semi-finals of the Cup, and also reach the semi-finals of the Europa League as well. And they said they give us £2 million, and I was like, I've just improved our aims quite a bit, and our objectives have now gone up. You couldn't have given us at least £3 million? We're seriously only £2 million, but I thought, you know what, I'll take it, because it's, I still think we'll do those aims anyway. I was just hoping for a bit more money. But Newcastle won't give us won't give us 19 million for Brown a day, which is fine. I told them I'm not taking any more than £19 million, and Pardew was like, no way, man, I'm not doing that. So I was like, fair enough. And also as well, it's time to play the pre-contract game again. Now I know over the last 2 years we've brought 3 players on pre-contracts: Rodriguez, Zambrano and Carrillo, and all 3 of those are in our first 11. So it's just a really, really, really good thing to do. It really is. It's the best way. I always say that if you're managing a mid-table club and you don't get too much money, if you've got any left over in the summer transfer window, put it all in the wage budget and then try and sign players on pre-contracts. It's the best way to sign players on the cheap, in my opinion. But I've actually done a guide on how to get the best players for free on career mode, which you might want to be interested in. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you play career mode and you don't tend to do pre-contracts. I really do advise it. It's well worth checking out anyway. But I went in for Sandro, Granit Xhaka and Moussa Dembele, those 3 players, and the reason being is because we can afford one of those players, as Claudio Jacob looks set to leave the club to Newcastle, as well as they put in a bit of £2.4 million. We counter offer to 2.6 because that is under his £3.3 million valuation, but as he is out of contract, he can leave for free if he wants to do so. So looks like he's on his way to St James's Park, but a big game for Ben Foster as well, and we rejected it from Espanyol, I think it was, and we rejected it for our captain. But Dembele, Sandro and Xhaka, I can afford all 3 of those players on a pre-contract. I can afford one of those 3 players on a pre-contract. And basically what I decided to do, if you follow me on Twitter, I asked last week for you guys to sign me one of those players. I put up a straw poll and I said, you guys choose which player I should sign. So I had all 3 of these players in the pipeline and ready to sign. Of course, we could only afford to sign one of them, and I let you guys make the decision, and in the next episode you'll see which player you guys from Twitter chose. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @Docklanders. I do highly recommend it. I am going to try and let you guys make some decisions in career mode in future times as well. I've done it a couple of times before, and that's the best way really to make some decisions on Twitter instantly. So I let you guys choose one of those 3 players, and in the next episode you'll see which player you guys from Twitter chose via the straw poll. But for the second and final game of today's episode here, we take on Watford at the Hawthorns. And Watford, well, they're a side who came up last season and they managed to survive relegation last year, but this year they're in 18th place, and as we take them on the Hawthorns, we're now 2 points behind the league leaders Chelsea. We really did fancy our chance of getting back to winning ways, because even though we threw away 2 points against Cardiff in the last minute with virtually the last attack of the game, well, it was the last attack of the game, I still felt very confident in my chances here. Made a couple of changes, but for the most part it was the same team and the strongest first 11 we could choose. But Watford's side is very decent. Some good players in there. Obviously Troy Deeney's very good indeed. Anya's on the bench, a very decent player, and obviously Stecklenburg, the goalkeeper, is not bad as well. So very decent team. Lazaro as well, very decent wide player. So good side Watford had, but I still fancied my chance of winning this game. And the first chance fell in the 9th minute though, and it did come to Watford. Matt Jarvis finding Troy Deeney inside towards Lewis McGugan here, back out wide towards Deeney, who crosses the ball in, and the header by Bertocchio is well saved by Ben Foster. Fantastic stop by our goalkeeper, and it is still scoreless. But in the 12th minute we come for ourselves here. Good chance on the break as Saido Berahino gets onto the ball down this right hand side, takes on Pudil, beats him. Really good opportunity here. We drill it in towards that far post, but it swerves just outside of it and it goes behind for a goal kick. So still West Brom 0, Watford 0. However, in the 42nd minute here you see Kyle Walker on the ball for us and gives it inside towards Safia, tied slider. What a lovely through ball that is by the Algerian in towards Saido Berahino. This time will he miss his chance? Well, he did at the first attempt, but he didn't at the second, because I tried to chip it over Stecklenburg. It went straight into his body. It came back to Berahino though, and on the second attempt, well, I was never going to miss that one, was I? Just casually stroked it into the bottom corner and made it West Bromwich Albion 1, Watford 0. So we take the lead just before the half-time mark here. Berahino getting us the goal, and we are 1-0 up. So West Brom 1, Watford 0. But just a couple minutes later here, Watford come down the left-hand side with Bertocchio. Good opportunity here as Anya, who came off the bench early, slides it inside towards Troy Deeney. Back to Anya, and his shot well saved by Foster, and we get the ball away. So good chance there, and Anya creating as soon as he came off the bench. But in the 71st minute, Matt Jarvis on the ball for Watford, rolls it through towards the number 24. He strikes it, and it's a brilliant save by Ben Foster to deny the travelling supporters a goal by their team. A very good save there. And in the 81st minute here, Anichebe's on the ball. Really good chance, gets tackled by his man, and well, this is why I don't like starting Victor Anichebe from the start, because he can't complete 90 minutes. He's a super sub. He's got to get with that. I know he wants to start games, but he just can't last 90 minutes. He gets himself an injury, and we have to go ahead and take him off. So Brownaday comes on, Anichebe off, and that's why I like starting him from the bench as opposed to right from the beginning, because he just never seems to be able to complete 90 minutes. But still, it's 1-0. Anichebe's off with the injury there. But it wasn't going to matter, because the last chance would fall in stoppage time. It did come to us as well. Billy Rowell finding Brownaday off the bench, but unfortunately his shot was well saved by Stecklenburg and cleared away. But we did get ourselves the win by 1-0, so we returned to winning ways with a very, very good victory there, and that was very good for us in front of our home fans to bounce back. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like. Apologies if I sound a little bit ill. I do apologise, a little bit under the weather right now, but thanks very much for watching the video regardless, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.